Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to show you how to sublimate all over on these seamed masks. These are super inexpensive. I bought hundreds of these months ago on DHgate. They finally came in yesterday. Of course, you know, when the mask mandates are just about gone, but there's still places that everybody still has to wear a mask. So these are single ply polyester. These ones came individually bagged, which is amazing because I saved the bag so I can just slip it right back in there. So this is what they look like. They have the seam in the front. I've also purchased some of these from the Dollar Tree. These are adult size, so they're not really good for little kids, but these are good for larger kids that are like 10 and up. They'll fit them and they will fit adults. So I'm going to show you how to do the all over on this, but right now I want to show you how to measure them. So when I do this, you can make a template with the cutout and everything like that around it, so you're not using that much ink, but for me it's just more of a hassle than it's worth. You can scan this, you can pull a template or something online, but like I said, it's not worth it for me. So all I do is take my flexible little measuring tape, this is a fabric one, and I'm going to do my widest point. So I'm going to go, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, so it looks like it's just under, it's about at 7. So I'm going to do 7.10. So I'm going to do 7.10 wide. So that's how I'm going to do it long. Okay. And then I'm going to do it by, it should be like 515 or something. So I'm going to do my highest point again. It looks like 5, it's about 5 1/4. So I'm going to do a little bit bigger so you don't have to worry about being so drastic with lining it up. So as you can see, trying to show it on the video, it's hard with the lighting. I'm in my basement. So it's about 5 1/4. So I'm going to do 5.25 for my height. So these are the measurements that I'm using on these. It's about the same for all of these. I've also purchased these on Amazon. So the measurements are pretty dead on every time. So I do all of my designing in silhouette. So I'm going to make a square in silhouette so you can see how these are done. So it's going to be a rectangle. I'm going to go up and I'm going to make my shape. I'm going to do a rectangle really quick. You'll see this comes up and I'm going to resize it. So we're doing the 7.10 for the width, which is the long wise. And we are doing 5.25 for the height. So, and I forgot to get out of this. It doesn't like me. All right. So here's my box. I'm going to delete this one. I forgot to click out. So you don't want to click the arrow again so you get out. So I haven't outlined this yet. You can outline it in black or anything else, but I'm going to drop an image right into it and it'll resize the image for me, which is the easiest thing ever in silhouette. So I have this size to the way that I want, so I can do each side. You're gonna have to do 2. If you're doing, I have some that have dragon eyes on it, and I mirror my image onto it, but this one's gonna be the same on both sides, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm gonna drop my image onto this. The image I have saved on my desktop is from Melissa. I will tag her page into this. So I'm just going to open up my drive. I'm going to go to my desktop. And I have a ton of stuff on my desktop. So this is the one I'm going to pull, which is this Milky Way design. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop it in its place. So it just resized that entire image for me. Like I said, it's hard to see with the lighting and stuff in my basement. But I just dropped it and it resized that image to its place. So since I'm going to do both sides, you need to do 2 of these. So they're identical. So I'm printing this on my ET15000 and I try to maximize as much as I possibly can on the page. So I'm just moving them around. I have it set up for portrait right now. So I'm just going to move them around. So I have a whole bunch of them in there. So I have 2 of them in there. You can do a whole bunch more. These won't fit this way. So unless I flip it the other way, they won't fit side by side because it's 13 by 19 is the max that I can do in this. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more of these on there. And then I'll show you how this is done on the press. Okay, so I added a couple more onto my page. It's not these ones, it's a different design that is going to somebody else. So you can see this design right here actually has like a glitter effect to it, different variations in the color and everything like that. So it'll look really, really cool once we get it in there. So I'm gonna select print, my ET15000. I go to my preferences. I go to my Super B 13 by 19. Make sure it's set up on your landscape or portrait. I did flip this to portrait. I'm going to go down to premium paper matte. I'm going down to high quality. Make sure your color is on. Go to more options, custom, advanced. I go down to my color controls. I change it to Adobe RGB. My brightness is at 9. My contrast is at 7. My saturation is at 15 and my density is at 4. These seem to be my default ones. They seem to work really well for me. I turn off bidirectional printing. That's basically fast printing on this one. I mirror my image and I select OK. I'm going to apply and I'm going to print. So this is going to print on my ET15000. I use Hippo brand ink in both my 15000 and my 2720. I am running a sub paper right now. It is the Echo version of it. For these ones, I'm not too concerned. The Echo brand works really well, especially for these masks, because they're, like I said, very inexpensive to do and to make. It's just, you can't do as many as you can. If you do the full front ones that I have videos on, you can stick more of them on a page than these ones, because you need double for these. So it does take more to do these ones. I'm going to do another video too. I'm going to actually print these on my Pixma also on straight copy paper and see if we can tell the difference between the two. So these are going to print out. It's going to take a little while. I'm going to pre-press these and I'm going to set my press really quick and we'll come back. Okay, so we're finally done printing. I'm going to do one side at a time. So I just cut these out really quick so you can see what they look like. My colors come out, obviously, as you can see, really well. They're duller, obviously, than what they would be once they're pressed, but with my Hippo brand ink and those color corrections, they always come out well. So we'll see how this presses, and we will go from there. I have my heat press set at 385 for 55 seconds. I really want this to pop. It's 100% polyester, so it should be great. What I'm going to do is do a quick pre-press on it. So I have it on medium pressure. I'm going to use copy paper on the bottom and copy paper on the top. It's just cheap up brand from Target. I'm going to do a quick press on it just to make it as flat as I can, because the seam is in the front. So I'm going to press these. Like I said, it's like medium to high pressure on this. The image is bigger, so I don't have to worry about it leaving the lines on the mask. So I'm going to go a little bit more for the pressure because I can still see it's not pressed as flat as I usually get them. So I'm going to go a little bit higher with the pressure and we're going to give that a try. So one step I forgot to show you, since it's 100% polyester and it's white, is the lint roller. So you're going to want to lint roll that before you press it. With this design, I'm not too concerned about any little blue flecks because for the most part, they're going to be covered. This has like a glitter effect, so it's got chunky and flat. So I'm not too concerned about any of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one side at a time. Just pick which side I want on there. Kind of want some of the blue. You can see I'm going to press one side at a time. So that's basically how I'm going to press this over it. So I should get, a very good idea of the color variation on there. So I am going to put some copy paper in here so my image doesn't go on the other side of my mask. If you can see, they don't line up perfect, especially once you press. So I am just throwing a piece that I ripped in half for copy paper. I don't move my mask, so my level is still where I want it to be. I'm going to flip it upside down. I'm using a sub Echo paper, as I said before. I'm using blue heat tape from Amazon. I'm just going to tape this down. Regular copy paper at the bottom. Obviously, you'll have blowout, so you don't want that on your mat. And then I'm going to go ahead and press this. So, like I said, I have 385 for 55 seconds. I want really good pressure on this still. Like I said, it's a full cover, so I'm not going to have any of the issues with leaving the squares or anything around there for the logos. So we're going to press this, and I will show you what this looks like, and then we'll flip it over and we'll do the other side. Okay, so we are done. Sorry, this video is really long, sorry. So you can see, there's my blowout. That's why you put a blowout sheet on there. And I'm impatient, so I always peel it hot. It looks like I was off a little bit on my copy paper that I threw in the middle of it. But this is what it looks like. I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to flip this over, put a new piece of copy paper down because I don't want it to ruin my image that's on this side. So I'm going to flip this over, stick the copy paper in again. If you make it bigger, you don't have to worry about leveling it up so much, but I want to see where I'm going on this. So I try to get my images where they're really the same. This works if you're putting eyes or something like that, or if the images are supposed to look like they're seamless from side to side. This one I'm not too terribly concerned about. Okay, so I lined up the other one exactly the same. I flipped it over to do the other one. Everything was exactly the same as the other one. I put the copy paper in the center. I put blowout sheet underneath. I don't know why my video stopped, so I have to go over it again, and I'm already in the middle of pressing. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to do this exact same thing on standard copy paper because I'm pressing them right away, and these masks are so inexpensive. So if I can press them on plain standard copy paper, it'll be way easier and way cheaper, especially if you're doing some kind of a mass thing for school or something. So like I said, I'm pressing the second side on these, and I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll do it again on copy paper, and I'll do a comparison side by side. So this one is done. Okay, so there you can see the blowout. And there's going to be blowout, like I said, on the bottom, and that's why I put the copy paper down, because I don't want it on my pad for my press. So, as you can see, this is what they look like. So there's silver, there's white, there's all sorts of colors in this design. So this is what it looks like. There's, you know, pretty much nothing. You can see a little bit here, but if you press it on high, you don't have an issue, and no one's going to see this once it's on your face. They have these at the Dollar Tree too. I got these ones for DHgate. So these are good for, I consider them fairly disposable, but this is what they look like. This is side by side. Like I said, I will put a side by side, another video on there with copy paper also. So I'll do the copy paper compared to the A sub, and I'll show you what it looks like. But this is how you do the double-sided. This, like I said, could be done seamless, but I didn't really care, so I didn't mirror. If you do it as seamless, you're going to mirror it, so it would go, but this design is perfectly fine. I'll put the links on there for who this is by, and I hope this helps everybody. Thanks. Bye.